What is happening, guys? CustomGG here, and today I am doing a very special deck profile for you guys. This is Hunter Butler's 7th place Portland Regional attacking Hoopa deck profile. So let's run through the individual card choices, run through the deck as a whole, and basically why it was such a strong pick for the Portland Regional. Starting off with, we have the boss monster of the deck. We have Hoopa, 120 HP basic, Scoundrel Guard. Your opponent's EX and GX Pokemon cannot touch Hoopa. When this card first came out, it was adopted immediately into a mill strategy because the format was flooded with EX and GX attackers that Hoopa just stalled against, so you partnered it with handiwork because your opponent could not attack, so could not achieve their win condition of a 6 prize take. But decks like Volcanion, decks like Butler, decks like Vigabully give this deck a hard time. However, they took a major backseat in the meta, so Hoopa was still a decent-ish solid pick going forward. But everything changed when decks started including Orangari. This is a really strong card. Resource management, put 3 cards from your discard pile to the bottom of your deck in any order. This essentially strips the Hoopa deck of its mill win condition. So Hoopa had to take a step back and sort of redesign itself, and it has come to this. Hoopa now does not aim to take the win condition via mill. It can do this against certain decks, however its main strategy is just like any other deck to take 6 prizes via Cybolt. Super Cybolt, sorry. DCE and the Darkness Energy will get you 80 damage. That is definitely not terrible for a non-EX GX. It can be achieved right away on your first attacking turn via Max Elixir and DCE. So yeah, you start poking with this card, even if decks do have a way of attacking this card, it's very few and far between, so you should be realistically doing more damage and taking the win that way. Partnering Hoopa is Tappy Coco. We all know how solid this card is. A free retreat 110 basic that does 20 onto all of your opponent's Pokemon. This helps Hoopa really get the one-shot numbers that it really couldn't before. And of course, Ho-Oh-Kiawe, this can do big damage onto a Ho-Oh. It can do a total of 50 times 2 for 100 if you play Choice Band. This deck does not, but it's a option if you do want to play this deck at other events. Partnering those two is the Mewtwo from Evolutions. You've probably seen this card either played instead of or in partnership with the Mew-EX to tackle all the fighting strategies like Lucario and Buzzwole. But this card is just a really probably one of the best standalone one single prize attacker that needs generic energy. This can do quite a lot of damage. 130 HP is massive for non-EX GX, and yeah, against the Buzzwole decks or against Garbodor, which this deck can suffer against, Mewtwo comes in clutch. Giratina, because Greninja is such a hard matchup due to it not being an EX GX, and Giant Water Shuriken is huge. Orangari, so you can actually achieve a mill condition and also you don't lose the mill yourself. And the other Orangari, Instruct, just to consistently find your Guzmas and 30 Fury Belts when you need them. Moving on to the trainers, and starting off with the supporters, we have 4 Sycamore, 2 N, 4 Guzma, 1 Gladium, 2 Acerola and 3 Cynthia. So let's break that down. 4 Sycamore, because this deck is usually quite slow and it needs that real fast-paced acceleration that Sycamore provides. Anything that is discarded with Sycamore can either be returned via Rescue Stretcher or Super Rod, stuff like that, or Resource Management or a Gary. And it just means you get the speed through your deck and get to the cards that you need quicker. 2 N, because N is a win condition still in the later games if you are finding yourself falling behind, which the deck can do against the decks that can actually attack Hoopa or start Guzming out the other stuff. But you really shouldn't be putting it on the bench if your opponent has actually a condition to take all of them. So 4 Guzma allows you to either Guzma lock your opponent or bring out the Pokemon that's actually threatening Hoopa, stuff like Rockruff or Riolu. Gladian, because if you prize too many Hoopa, that is very bad, so you need to do play Gladian. Acerola, because if your opponent is making headway against a Hoopa, you can simply scoop it up with a Fighting Fury build, promote a fresh one, put Fighting Fury build on your opponent and make them start from scratch. 3 Cynthia, because you can only play 4 copies of Sycamore, so you need to play 17 more copies of it. This does conserve stuff like Guzma that you really don't want to discard with Sycamore, so Cynthia does come in clutch. For the items, we have 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Enhanced Hammer, 2 Super Rod, 1 Special Charge, 1 Ultra Ball, 4 Nest Ball, and 4 Max Elixir. Rescue Stretcher can instantly add back a Hoopa or any of your single prize attackers, even if they somehow get Giratina knocked out in the Greninja matchup, and they can simply Rescue Stretcher it back. That's why Gladian does come in clutch in here as well, because you can get it out guaranteed against the Greninja match. Enhanced Hammer, because stuff like Riolu and Rockruff mainly play strong energy, so that takes the energy off, which makes it even harder to knock out the Hoopa. 2 Super Rod to get back your Dark Energy, your Hoopas, Giratina, Tapu Koko, Mewtwo, all that good stuff. Special Charge to put your DCEs back in, because they are really vital in this deck. They enable all your Pokemon in this deck, bar Giratina, to attack. 1 Ultra Ball, 4 Nest Ball, basically 5 copies of Nest Ball, because you only play 4 at most. I guess you can come up with some niche plays with like Rescue Stretcher, but mostly it is just another copy of Nest Ball. 4 Max Elixir, because you really want to start attacking ASAP, and this can enable Oranguru and other stuff to attack basically as soon as. 4 Fighting Fury build turns Hoopa into a 160 HP Nightmare and Mewtwo in a 170 HP. That is just massive numbers for a non-EXGX card. Fighting Fury build gives this deck longevity and actually allows you to hit numbers that you usually wouldn't be able to without FFP. 2 Floatstone, just in case you prize the Coco or you need to manipulate the Guzma or all the other stuff that Floatstone can come in handy for. Run Reverse Valley to get higher numbers. You obviously would play it against Metal, because Registeel's played in that deck, so do not drop Reverse Valley against Metal. But the 10 is really good without giving Zoroark an extra 10, because you could play Weavile, for example, and Weavile does hurt, so you don't want to play Devoured Field. And 1 Parallel City, because although the Zoroark aren't attacking you, they still get 2 speed through their deck, which you don't really want at all, so Parallel City does deeply help that win condition. And lastly, the energy, we have 4 DCE and 9 Dark Energy. So if you've seen the breakdown for top 32, Hoopa Mill did actually take quite a lot of the top cuts for its representation, which is a huge surprise. I can't really put my finger on why the deck did so well. Maybe it was the overhype of Lucario, maybe Zoroark, Golisopod, but it is a really good deck. It was a very strong meta choice. However, the other meta choice for the event was Garbodor, which did really hamper this deck's choices of getting further into the tournament. So guys, let me know what you think of this deck. Do you think that this is a one tournament wonder? Do you believe it will keep topping as it has done with Portland? Please let me know all that good stuff. I love hearing back what you have to say. Please check out our Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Check out our Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube if Yu-Gi-Oh! Tickles your fancy. Well, for now, this is Chris from NCG signing out.